Playing through High on Life, I had a blast. Looking around on YouTube, I found that others may have had a different experience. The internet, am I right? What's up, my little meat whackers? High on Life is still sizzling hot.
Like fajita meat.
Carl, please.
I thought it could be fun. Sorry about that. With a seemingly decisive reaction, no mortal man should be able to guess the Metacritic score from both the critics and the users. Accomplishing this impossible feat could be the very evidence I need to prove to my 8th grade home ec teacher that I was able to succeed at something in life. Time for us to guess the Metacritic score for High on Life. I've already reviewed this video once on my channel, but this was only done a few hours in, something of a dipping the toe scenario. Now that I've finished the game, I can safely call myself an expert.
Holy fuck, sandworm!
Where? Sandworm where? Ooh. Ah! That legitimately scared me to my fucking core. Some of the problems I had may have actually worsened throughout the playthrough, especially the bugs. My eyes are all watery. Why? And my nose is flowing. Oh no, you got the ligma, dude. Or was I not able to get these last time? Maybe I wasn't able to get these. I'm apparently still not able to. Hey, Shrek. Maybe there's other guys up there I have to kill. No, because when I get up here, there's nothing for me here. Son of a sack of shit. Well, what's the treatment? D's nuts, I think. Bitch. I'm about to talk much deeper on this title than I did in my review. So obvious spoilers are ahead. I'm talking endgame shit. So if you don't want any spoilers, you're not in the right place, my friend. This is a post-game Metacritic review, score, guesser, whatever. You know, it's post game. I'm going to talk a lot about some shit that went on. Like right now, listen. Nah, I'm just kidding. As you progress through the story, it does get better, but it remains the same level of silly that it did from the beginning, even until the credits start rolling. Gene almost got kicked out for shitting on the floor, but Leslie covered for him. How do you cover for that? With the level of zaniness the game presents, it's easy to worry that it will always lack heart. It does its best near the very end of the game to provide something in that department. It succeeds for the most part, I guess. The payoff moment wasn't too deep because it had to do with an integral part of the gameplay being your gun, Kenny.
I know! Hey, bounty hunter. Fighting alongside you has been, well, it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. Thank you for giving me the adventure of a lifetime. Now shove me deep inside that monster slug's dirty asshole.
Kenny!
I want to do this. I need to do this.
I can't move. Oh, there we go. When the stakes of something in the storyline could affect the way you play the game as it's intended, most of the time I'd say you can assume everything's gonna work out okay and whatever's going on there.
I can't believe it.
No fucking way!
Oh my god, they survived! They made it! Let's do it!
I'm alive.
He's burnt to a crisp. But all that's okay. This game isn't meant to be comforting or super heartwarming in any way. It's supposed to be funny. Comedy is subjective and will be what I assume the biggest deciding factor on Metacritic for this game's score. This game expects you to appreciate the fine art of a wet fart. If you can't do that, you're not its intended audience. Get gooped. Oh god. Why do you do this to the Fergles? Am I ever gonna go to the land of the Fergles? I love them. Yeah, I looked right at the Fergles.
You hear him up so nice, his goop's gonna last even longer than before. So you're gonna be covered in shit for such a long time.
Covered in shit? I thought it was cum.
That's better than all the awful stuff they did to me at Screndo Labs. I much prefer being covered in shit.
If the comedy is not your style, the best thing you can do is review bomb it on Metacritic. It's honestly just the mature thing to do in this situation. Jokes, obviously. There's not a lot of situations where review bombing makes a lot of sense to me. Unfortunately, there will be people that do that to this game, refusing to look at any other aspects of the game outside of the main draw to it. I will take that into consideration. Now, before you start hounding and hating me, I'm not saying that everyone that isn't a fan of this humor will do this. Only the most elegant and graceful ones, obviously. Furthermore, I'm not here to defend this game by any means. I'm able to recognize its flaws, some being very, very annoying. Connection with his minion children, okay. But it doesn't matter if I get upgrades anymore because there's nothing for me to do other than find collectibles. Again, they should have added an additional mode or some sort of wave-based mode. New Game Plus something, right? Like, anything at all. Because, like, even Bioshock Infinite, when you beat that game, I love that game. Bioshock Infinite, you unlock a wave-based mode. Mass Effect 3 has a wave-based mode. It just kind of makes sense to add shit like that. Oh, this guy's cranking it in the corner. A proper endgame is important for any single-player title. You have to give the player something. Anything at all. When you finish High on Life, you get to explore, find collectibles, and do side quests. Hopefully you didn't do this on your initial playthrough, or you're just boned, bozo. Ammo sack, baby. Again, there's no reason for any of these, because I can't do anything with them. You know, after thinking about it, this would be okay if the main storyline was thick and juicy, Witcher 3-esque, if you will. High on Life is more like a chode. Girthy, but very short. On average, most people are completing everything in about 15 hours. That's less time than it would take to finish the entire first season of Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Now compare all that to Doom 2016. And that game has a multiplayer game mode. While that's not perfect, at least it's something a little extra for the consumer. Despite all that shit, the writing and acting stays strong and consistent throughout the entire game, for the most part. Once you reach the final mission, you'll be given a 5th gun. Let's do it. That's his name. I'm not saying let's do this, let's not play with it. I'm saying that's the gun. The name of the gun is Let's Do It. He's a BFG of sorts, and he's actually really fun to use. Is this supposed to be the BFG? I'm Winston.
God damn, he's a real powerhouse.
He's so cute. He is really adorable. This gun is drugs. Oh yeah, look at his tongue, dude. Look at his tongue. He's fucking taste testing air. However, once you're done with the final mission and you finish watching the credits, Let's Do It is gone. There's no explanation of any kind of why, but he's just out of your inventory and out of the game. There's no line from Gene saying, hey, this or that happened. Nothing. He's just disappeared completely. You can no longer use him. Not that you really have a reason to use him anymore anyways. It's just very confusing to me why they strip away a piece of the already thin weapon lineup in the game, like for no real reason. That could easily just be another bug or something. That's not good. That's not a good thing. Maybe it's because you can't get upgrades. I don't know. Like I said, the game doesn't tell me, bro. I fucking, why are you looking at me for answers for this? I don't freaking know. As anyone can clearly see, not that they're trying to hide it, this game is incredibly violent and vulgar in all the best ways. Even at some points, its nastiness got to me, and I'm fucking vile.
Just play along. They might lead us right to Nibulon.
Those are fucking gross, dude. They look like uncircumcised dicks on the end. This overuse of mature and grotesque goofball material may be too sensitive for some snowflakes. I will be taking that into account for my official guess. The Easter eggs remain plentiful, and it would take a genius with a fine-tooth comb and plenty of time to find every single one they put into the game. Good design and detail like this is important for a rewarding, pleasurable experience.
Hey, it's me, Jack Black.
I'm Susan Sarandon. Do we know you?
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Human I asked said they loved him.
Well, yeah, everyone loves us.
I'm sorry, Bounty Hunter.
It is true. Who doesn't love Susan Sarandon and Jack Black? It's literally impossible.
Okay, Bounty Hunter. Enough fucking around. Let's finish this.
Wait, they brought him in just to explode them? High on Life is buggy. Every game is nowadays, by the way. So. It's entertaining and fun to play, but it is short and it lacks endgame content. Some may not appreciate its humor and vulgarity. How many were blinded by gamer rage because of that? So much hatred that they just couldn't consider the art and detail that hardworking homies put into this title. They sunk their lives into this. It certainly doesn't feel like a game that they just cash grabbed and shoehorned whatever they could into it just to make a buck. I imagine most critics enjoyed this game. game. Some of them only because Justin Roiland was attached to the project. And the kids fucking love Rick and Morty, baby. They love it. But some of those pesky users on Metacritic, ooh, do they love to review bomb a game? There's always a chance that this happens. But where else am I supposed to go for this? Steam? Before I can make an accurate, educated guess, I have to look into some of these complaints that these big, fancy YouTubers have been making.
So all I can ask is, what kind of person is this game aimed at? I mean, what kind of person enjoys writing like this?
Now, the first Guess the Metacritic video I did was on a title that was 22 years old. Because of that, the video featured many great twists throughout. This game isn't even 22 seconds old. Starting with the kooky critics, my official guess is... Always tough, always tough. I'll say 82. Something in my gut, and we love our gut around here. You guys should love yours. I love mine. Is saying 82. I'm starting to sound like those freaky medium dudes. Am I getting an M? Does it start with an M? No, it starts with an E, and it's 82, baby. That's got to be it. That's my official guess. For the users, I'm hoping for some level-headedness. I'm hoping they were able to rate this game on its own merits and take everything that it brings into consideration. And realize that just because something isn't meant for you doesn't mean it's a 0 out of 10. My user score is, and I might be generous with this, oh man, I'm floating here, and then I'm looking over here, but then I'm like, what if the overwhelming amount is over here? But then I have to remember that people love to, just shit on stuff all the time, but not always does that happen. Sometimes the people like to shit on stuff don't even care. It's not like it should offend you that this game exists, but it might. Oh, man. And everyone's got an opinion, and I'm not saying that, but I'm also always worried. I'm always worried that people just want to judge way too harshly on something. That's what it is. I want to say 70, but I'm going to say 63. 63 feels right to me. It's my official guess from users. I feel really, really good about this. I actually do. I feel like I probably got this 100% correct. There's almost no way I can fail. Wow, interesting. I assumed the critics would be the ones that liked it more, but clearly the audience is actually being more favorable for the game, so what the fuck do I know? I mean, that's fucking crazy. I kind of want to check on Xbox One, and is this not on PlayStation? What's it looking like Xbox One? 7.0 for that Xbox Series X? 8.3? Holy guacamole, man. People fucking love this game. Holy shit. For me, I'm probably going to give this game like a 7.5, maybe an 8. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because it is a pretty pleasurable experience. It's funny. The gameplay's pretty good, even if limited. It's a little short. No, I'm going to give it a 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5. Shit needs to be longer, needs more guns and variety, but it is really funny and entertaining, and the writing and story are pretty good. They did their best, but they really could have added a little bit more, I think. What would you give it? If you played it, if you watched it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, even up to this point, what would you give the game? Wow. So the critics are much harsher than the fans, the players, the users. That is crazy. I had it totally backwards. Well, cool, man. People were able to not shit on this thing for the humor. Maybe there's more gamers out there with shitty, poopy humor than gamers with the high-class self-esteem humor. Oh, I like when the New Yorker puts a crossword in with 2 different fruits and 2 different vegetables. That is a good ha-ha. I don't know. I'm not like that. I don't know what they laugh at. Probably like operas or something if they sing out of key or something like that. I don't fucking know, dude. Rich people or bougie people confuse me. They lose me. I'm just an everyman. Bye. Hold on, you guys. Wait a second. You're just gonna leave? You're just gonna leave when a guy like me says goodbye? No, forget about that for a moment. We've got to check some reviews. Gotta get a couple of reviews. We gotta see why these guys are ticking like this, why they're thinking like this. What are you doing? What are you thinking right now? Disagreeing with me and my guesses? What is wrong with you? We'll start with the critics. High on Life just isn't very good, and there's not much more to say. I think a lot of people are taking the route of, well, if you love this humor, you might enjoy it. But I already do love this humor, and I did not enjoy it. It's the ghost of video games past, with boring shooting and a baffingly slim progression loop, propped up by bad jokes that feel like some bros on a podcast writing their own interdimensional cable skits. It's free on Game Pass, but your time on this planet is precious. Give this one a miss. Yeah, don't play that free game that's like a $15 subscription or whatever every month. It's free though. The Gamer 40. In regards to the shooting mechanics, there's a solid core with excellent flow. You unlock traversal options that make moving around fast-paced and hectic while shooting down enemies. There are enough guns to unlock that keep the fighting interesting while maintaining their personality. Literally, the guns are characters in the story. Where High on Life shines is the writing. Every character and scene is hilarious while also telling a compelling story. Fans of Justin Roiland's comedy will love High on Life. 90. Keen Gamer. Who the fuck is the gamer in Keen Gamer? Who are these people? I mean, like, whatever, but who the fuck? There's like IGN and shit. Oh, here we go. Despite the way too chatty guns, for what it's worth, there's options for that. High on Life ends up being a pretty fun shooter in a colorful and ridiculously stupid sci-fi world. It's not reinventing the wheel with its combat, but it doesn't really have to in order to be an alright time. The boss fights are surprisingly enjoyable, and the game's exploration is satisfying, with upgrades and unlocks that open the world gradually, in a way that reminds me a bit of Ratchet & Clank. High on Life's crass humor is an understandable bulk point for many, and the first hour or two is unrelentingly, well, Roylandy. But if you can push past the bad first impression, it's good old competent FPS. Here's the fun thing about this one, y'all. That's Game Bomb. I guess they started writing it December 16th, 2022. Just as expected, those crazy critics were all over the place. They're 100% wrong. Everyone's wrong. I could be the only one who's right. It's just, it's obviously got to marinate, and then I'll be right later on in life. Just check in a year, trust me. But let's look at the users. High on Life is a very good game. The humor is good, and even more so if you follow the Rick and Morty series. The gameplay, although it is not very innovative, is good for a game of its style. I recommend it 100%. 0 out of 10. Fungo Peque L. What? The dialogue is so funny. The story is really fun. I highly recommend it. It's getting praised everywhere. Everyone enjoys the game except the people who make these scores. 0 out of 10. Paradzams 2. Does anyone know how to use the fucking internet anymore? These people are all very good at internet. A lot of fun. Awesome gameplay. Very funny. Haven't played anything like it. Interesting, though, that they kind of took the concept from Cyberpunk 2077. Signed, Skippy the Gun. 10 out of 10. KX Hack 2. What the fucking names, man? You couldn't... Oh, man. I don't even want to get into user critic names. Nope, not gonna do it. You can't make me.